Welcome to the Hemlock State Explorer. Today we are in the Furnace Hills region of Lebanon County and we're exploring the Clarence Shock Park, and I'm excited to show you the Governor Dick Observation Tower. As you can see behind us, the parking lot is nearly empty. There's a gentleman plowing out the lot, and there's the Environmental Education Center. But this is actually a great day to come here because Governor Dick is typically packed, and it's a multi-use trail for mountain biking, hiking, and even horses. In fact, the horseshoe trail runs through this property. But this is about 6 inches of snow the region just received. But it's going to be a very nice day. We're probably going to have the trails almost all to ourselves. And I forgot to mention, this is also a popular area for bouldering. There are many trails in this area, and as always, we'll post the map with parking and the points of interest at hemlockstateexplorer.com. Visit there to check out all of our adventures as well. So here's a local map. The fire tower's up that way. But first, let's go to the Governor Dick Monument located off of Pinch Road. That's where I typically park. Been here many times. But the parking lot up along Pinch Road was completely covered in snow. And I just didn't want to take any chances of getting stuck on the way out, so we parked at the Environmental Education Center. Here we are at the Governor Dick Monument, standing in the pull-off area from Pinch Road. Typically this area is filled to capacity, especially on nice sunny weekend days. And we're going to now head up to the tower. So this area, this hill, was called Governor Dick from colonial times, and as best as historians can tell, it was named after a slave who worked here. Governor Dick, the hills in the area around here were filled with hardwood forests, and they supplied the necessary charcoal to power the iron making enterprise at Cornwall Furnace, just a few miles away. And no one knows for certain, but this man Dick was likely called Governor Dick because of the practice of electing a slave leader or representative that was called governor then. So Dick, Governor Dick, lived in these hills, and that memorial stone off of Pinch Road marks the location of Governor Dick's hut. And here it is, the Governor Dick Tower. I'm excited to get up there, and judging by the tracks in the snow, or lack thereof, we're the only ones here. So this area is called Clarence Shock Memorial Park. It's named after Clarence Shock, an independent oil business owner who was much of a philanthropist, and in 1936 purchased 1,100 acres of the Governor Dick area and opened it up to the public. He built this concrete tower, 66 feet tall, in 1954 for the sole purpose of the pleasure and enjoyment of outdoor adventurers. He wanted people to come up here and experience the beautiful countryside, which is what we are about to do. Governor Dick is accessed by climbing ladders up the interior, and there are two entrances, one entrance which we're looking at on the north side and an exit on the south. So we'll come in here and you'll see the ladders that we'll need to climb, and there are landings about every 7 or 8 feet or so. So there are a number of ladders that will just climb up, hop off on the landing, and jump to the next ladder. So I'm going to take my backpack off, and I will join you at the top. And here we are at the top of Governor Dick. We're inside this protective cage. The cold winter wind is whipping. We're looking to the east to Furnace Hills. Turning south, we can see Lancaster County beyond. And then heading northwest, can't quite see it on account of the snow, but on summer days it's easy to pick out Hershey Park from up here. And we have the Blue Mountains to the north with the Appalachian Trail running on top of them. It doesn't show up so well on the video on account of the cage, but it is a gloriously beautiful view. Let's take a look at the Furnace Hills through the bars here. Beautiful. Let's take another turn around and look towards Hershey. So Governor Dick, the tower itself, would be worth the trip alone. And this is a great place to take kids. It's not very difficult of a ladder climb, and the trails, there are a multitude of trails, some steep, obviously up to the top of the hill can be steep, but there are many trails along the bottom and along the sides of the hill. And when you're here, don't forget to visit the artsy, beautiful, quirky vacation area, Mount Gretna, down below, which, Lord willing, will be the subject of a future adventure. Oh, this wind is brutal, so let's head back down the tower and continue our adventure at Governor Dick. So we're looking south from Governor Dick. In fact, Governor Dick is directly behind us. Just want to point out that during the summertime, these fields here are beautiful wildflower fields, and then to the left here is a pawpaw stand where you can harvest pawpaws in September, October. So Governor Dick is a place that has beauty for all seasons, like most places in Pennsylvania. So we're here in a winter wonderland, but if you come here in the fall, you can check out the pawpaws, and in the summer, the wildflower fields. We've come down from Governor Dick Hill, and we're in a hollow along the hill. You can see maybe through the snow up in the distance the cliff side of the hill. And in contrast to the top of Governor Dick Hill, where it was whipping frigid winter wind, we're in a relatively quiet and peaceful hollow with lots of tulip poplars, American beech, which you see with its ghostly leaves still on through the winter, black cherry, some oak. But it's just a nice, peaceful, wintry environment down here. We are skirting the base of Governor Dick Hill on the southeast side, and the trail's been very easy so far, but we just entered a bouldery area, and it's a little bit more difficult on account of the snow. Can't quite see where we're stepping, but you can see the egg-like snow-covered boulder shapes. But here we're in like a bowl area with boulders all up around the side. If you listen closely, you can hear water flowing beneath. Behind us there was a stream crossing. It looked like it came from a spring, a peaceful area with several bridges, but there wasn't much to see on account of the snow. But here's a bouldery section I wanted to share with you, and in a little bit we'll approach the boulder climbing area. We've arrived at the Governor Dick bouldering area, and check out this huge sheer-faced boulder ahead. This one is called Highball. Let's take a closer look. So we came around the loop up to the Governor Dick Tower. Let me zoom out a bit. Up to the Governor Dick Tower, and then around the base of the Governor Dick Hill. And it took about 4.5 miles to get here. Maybe a little bit more than 4.5. Trying to get a better view here. Took about 4.5 miles to get here. but you can get here easily by parking at the Environmental Education Center and then heading east. This is only about half a mile from the parking area. So I saw a trail on the map to other boulders. Here's a view from the back. Snow-shrouded highball boulder. So there are other boulders on the map. Let's see if we can find them. Here's another bouldering area about 0.2 miles up the side of the hill from highball boulder. And you can see where people have climbed from the white marks on the rock. There's more of the boulder formation up this way. The trail was hard to discern. We had to just visualize it in the snow as we were going up the trail, but it's probably much easier to see without the snow. But then once we got up to a more level part, we could discern the trail from deer tracks. At the formation from this side, the trail continues up that way, so let's go see if there are more boulders. The trail from Highball Rock on the side of Governor Dick Hill, and that looks like our objective in the distance, that large house-like shaped boulder. Let me zoom in. But as you can see, we're on the edge of a boulder field here, and we've lost the trail multiple times, and I'm not really inclined to scramble these boulders in the snow, so it looks like we'll have to come back in the summertime to check out that last big boulder on this trail. So let's head back to the main trail, and there is more yet to see. We are on another loop off of the main trail near the Environmental Education Center, and this is just boulders galore. Here's a huge one in front of us. This one's called Smiley. You can see some more climbing boulders up in the distance, and then just all the way up the hill. I'm not sure how many of them are actually climbed. The ones directly in front of us has some white marks on them from the climbing, but there are so many to be experienced up here. And then the trail continues over here to the right, and there are yet more this way. It's been a snowy adventure and a little bit slow going on account of the snow, but just such a peaceful area. Oh, there's a big pile up there. Zoomed in too much. Big pile up there. Looks like there's another big flat one up here to our right. Multiple flat boulders for climbing. Get a bit closer. Yeah, there you go. So if you're into bouldering and you're in the northern Lancaster County or southern Lebanon area, this is the spot for you. Okay, let's head back down the hill. And here we are, back where we started at the Environmental Center at Clarence Shock Park. What a great adventure up to Governor Dick Observation Tower, and then back through the woods, and we saw some really cool bouldering areas. I really encourage you to get out here. It's a great place to take the family. There's nothing quite like the Governor Dick Observation Tower, so I hope to see you out here. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and check out all of our adventures at hemlockstateexplorer.com.